So, picture this. What if hunger wasn't just a tragic accident or bad luck, but something designed, almost curated by those in power? That idea instantly pulled me into the Shadow Cultivator.
It's eerie, right? I kept thinking, engineered scarcity isn't so far-fetched if you look at the way resources get managed today. And in the book, the stakes just feel enormous. Hope itself becomes a dangerous thing.
Exactly. When hope's treated like contraband, even planting a seed feels rebellious. But the world building here really got me, especially how hunger is enforced on purpose, not just endured.
Honestly, that turns every little act of cultivation into a sort of quiet protest. It's a twist on dystopia that hits close to home. Speaking of acts of rebellion, Kael Radek's story starts with a pretty wild secret.
Yeah, Kael is fascinating. Born with skin that faintly glows and blood that literally hums in C-sharp, his body is a direct legacy of Chernobyl's radioactive soil. There's something poetic and a little heartbreaking about it.
It's almost like his body carries both the pain and possibility of that disaster. I loved how his gifts set him apart but also tie him to the earth in such a literal way. It's not your typical superhero origin story.
Totally. And the glowing skin? It's more curse than blessing at first. He can't hide, even when he wants to. But that vulnerability actually makes him the perfect person to receive the black seeds.
Which leads us right into those mysterious seeds, because these aren't just miracle crops. They're a catalyst for something much bigger.
Let's dig into those black seeds. They aren't just genetically engineered superplants. They actually thrive where nothing else survives. Poisoned soil, deserts, concrete jungles. That blew my mind.
Same here. They're like hope in a husk. But what really got me is that they don't just feed people, they threaten the whole system of control. The golden billion can't handle the idea of food growing anywhere, for anyone.
And suddenly, every person who plants a seed becomes a potential revolutionary. Food as rebellion, it's such a powerful theme. It really reframes something as basic as bread into an act of defiance.
That actually reminds me Kael's journey isn't limited to one place. He's constantly moving, bringing the seeds and their message to the margins of the world.
Kael's travels are so vivid. He's in Appalachian hollows, one chapter, then halfway around the globe in Manila's alleys, or on a rooftop in Kyiv. Each place has its own scars, but also its own way of resisting.
I was struck by how these locations aren't just backdrops. They shape the story. The soil might be ruined, but the people are still stubborn, still singing and sharing. It really emphasizes that survival isn't just about food, but about community and memory too.
Exactly. And his journey becomes less about conquering the land and more about listening to it. That shift from domination to partnership felt surprisingly hopeful for a book that's so haunting.
And that blend of science and lyricism really shines here. Speaking of which, the book dives deep into real biology, radiotrophic fungi, soil microbiomes. It grounds the magic in hard science.
Blending actual research on things like radiotrophic fungi, that's the stuff that can feed off radiation, with poetic prose. The Shadow Cultivator feels like both a warning and a love letter to the earth.
I really appreciated how the science isn't just window dressing. The soil microbiome, genetic resilience, these aren't fantasy. They're the hidden engines of real change. It made the story feel almost plausible.
And the way music weaves through everything, Kael's humming blood, the songs people sing as they plant. It turns survival into something almost sacred. Like bread and music are the last things you can't engineer away.
Honestly, that's what stuck with me most. The sense that hope, like a seed or a song, can't be fully stamped out, no matter how tightly the world is controlled. Makes you wonder what small rebellions we could plant today.